exhausts, always a tricky business. So I thought it'd be useful to make this one about the Toyosports on the MGF. We're going to do some comparisons of the standard exhaust with this one, and then at the end a little bit of analysis. So watch on. So as you will have heard, this new Toyosports exhaust is considerably more aggressive than the standard one. But there are a couple of questions that I thought it would be helpful to point out from my personal experience with it. Because the first one obviously is loudness. How loud is it? Well, I'd at least double. Overall, difficult to gauge. Lower down the revs is definitely boomier. And then above 3, between 3 and 5, it has a snarl to it. It's almost reminiscent of an old Triumph, actually, in that way. It's good, actually, because I like that traditional British sports car sound, and that's ultimately what I was after. Above that, well, it gets even more exciting, but it retains that kind of standard K-series lightweight reviness and character to it. So here we go, we've got a nice corner to demonstrate right at the top end. Hey! Yeah, there's definitely more drama to this. What about in performance terms? Not really sure. I think it's the case with pretty much all exhausts that any benefits are fairly marginal. So in terms of pure horsepower improvement, probably not much. Throttle response improvement, maybe just a little bit, but it really is that small the difference. So difficult to tell. Then there are a couple of other things. Is it annoying if you're not on it all the time? Well, out on the B roads, if you just lay off a little bit, it's got a cultured tone to it. It's definitely adding more drama, but it's not too crazy if you want to just have a conversation or maybe hear a bird song. One thing I have noticed is that you become a lot more aware of yourself driving through 30 zones. It becomes extremely boomy below 1500 RPM, or in fact below 2. So while the MGF normally allows you to just drive around and potter about at quite low RPM, you may want to keep this up at 2000 just because it kind of, the tone evens out then, and it's a little bit boomy against, you know, houses and brick walls and stuff. It feels a little bit antisocial, so that's something to be aware of. I also mentioned briefly motorway drone. Is there any? Yes, but it's just about acceptable, and it's at a certain tone, at a certain level, that you can just about kind of tone it out, especially if the radio going or something like that. It's not going to be a make or break deal for you. Now obviously with the roof up, it does get louder, and that boominess really does get worse, and it's then that maybe you might think it's actually unacceptable. For me, because I use this car mostly on B roads, well, it's mostly fine. So to sum up, the Toyosports, well, it adds drama, it adds noise, and it makes a B road blast that little bit more exciting. It's something, if you're going to be dailying your MGF, think carefully about it, because it is noisier, and especially with the roof up, it could get on your nerves a little, but it's not too bad. Now at this point it's worth considering the alternatives. Of course there's Phoenix and Scorpion, Daytona, Trevor Taylor, he does loads of different versions, and MG Owners Club Spares, they do one as well. Now the Toyosports is the cheapest of the lot, but you do get what you pay for, and the Toyosports has been difficult to install. But really, you've got to make your own mind up. What sound do you want? Have a look at all the videos that are out there on those. Well, I thought that this one would be useful because there aren't many out there for the Toyosports. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, well, have a look at one of our others, and maybe even the road review of the road that we've been doing today. In the meantime, and in between time, thanks a lot for watching, and see you soon.